pay for insurance. Okay, I'm just not going to pay for my insulin. You know what happens when you don't pay for your insulin? You die. Okay? You die. It's that simple. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you a guy in Arkansas sitting around watching Fox News on the television, okay? And this guy shows up with his hat about to fall off his dome and going, the deficit, we need to cut expenditures so I can make more money. I need more of your money. And the guy's like, hell yeah. That's right. That's my artist right there. I love him. What the hell? That's mine right there. That boy, he ain't right in the head, but he's working for me. He's going to fix all the computers.
An optional thing. It is an essential thing. That's the reason I'm here. And taking a lot of flack, and getting a lot of death threats, by the way. I mean, I'd like to stack them up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done. And I'm confident at this point, knock on wood, you know.
Yeah, the idea that like a super wealthy billionaire would only do this because of genuine care and consideration for the country, because they already have so much money that they don't have to make more money this way, is, I think, the dumbest position you can arrive at. Okay? How do you think he got to this level of wealth, dude? Nice little bro, keep crying. I don't think you understand. Okay? He is going to screw up your life more than me. Okay? I don't know why this is hard to comprehend. Like, you're just purely operating on, it's making the woke libtards get mad. Okay? That's it. That's the only thing you got. Your one note. You're like, you're not scratching the surface of why I'm angry. I'm angry because he's going to kill your grandparents. Okay? I'm angry because he's going to make it so that you can't retire at a reasonable age, that you're going to retire at the age of 85, okay? That's why I'm angry. I'm angry for you. You're too stupid to be angry, or rather, you're too stupid to be angry at the right reasons, so I'm angry on your behalf, okay? Oh, we got him. Bro, but how's he going to kill my grandparents? What do you think will happen to everyone's grandparents when they cut Medicaid and Medicare? Okay? All of these conversations around deficit hawking do not revolve around auditing the Pentagon. Okay? They're not looking at the actual insane amounts of money that we're just wasting away for corporations to get subsidies and then pump it directly back into stock buybacks so that the quarterly earnings report looks great for the shareholders, okay? That's not what they're talking about. When they say we are going to cut Medicaid, okay, because we're cutting waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid, the real people that do the waste, fraud, and abuse are the providers on Medicaid. It's not random individuals that are doing it, but they're gutting Medicaid for random individuals by claiming there's waste, fraud, and abuse. Oh. But many of you do not have the fucking foresight. Conservatism revolves around being selfish and harming others. And it revolves around not having, I think you're trying to take an emotional argument which doesn't hold up. I think you're responding to the shapes and colors that you see on screen and not responding to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay? This is not an emotional argument. When Republicans say they want to cut Medicaid and Medicare, which is exactly what they're advocating for in the next round of budget cuts that they just pushed for, okay, that is going to harm your parents that rely on it, okay? By saying they're going to kill my grandparents, you are, though. First and foremost, cutting Medicaid and Medicare means cutting health insurance and health care for your grandparents. What do you think happens when they don't have health care? These are people who desperately need it. What do you think happens when they don't have it? This happens in America all the time. It's a thing that happens in America that doesn't happen elsewhere, as a matter of fact. There are people, for example, that say, hey, I have a wedding coming up, so I'm just not going to pay for insurance. Okay? I'm just not going to pay for my insulin. You know what happens when you don't pay for your insulin? You die. Okay? You die. It's that simple. Medicaid covers 21% of Americans nationally, 83 million low-income Americans, 4 in 10 children, 1 in 4 adults with disabilities, nearly 50% of kids with special needs, 41% of births nationwide, 5 in 8 nursing home residents, 32% of people in Mike Johnson's home state. Okay? This is all information from the KFF, the Kaiser Foundation. Kaiser Family Foundation, okay? This is not an emotional argument. This is just telling you what the truth is and understandably getting mad about the truth, okay? I'm getting upset for you. I'm getting upset for myself as well. But how do you think this works when you cut that? Just because you think it won't touch you because you lack the foresight to understand doesn't change the reality, okay? So listen to what I'm saying. Me getting upset in the process because I worry about the future of American society does not change the actual things that I'm talking about. Like, focus on not the way I'm presenting this argument, but instead focus on the words that are coming out of my mouth. Some of you literally just want to hear a Ben Shapiro type, okay? That's right, I'm giving you a logical argument. That's all you want to hear. You're like, oh, you're being emotional, so it means you've lost the debate. That is not the case, okay? Yes, I'm a passionate person. It's so crazy how much dumb people exclusively focus on the optics of a situation and not the words that are coming out of the mouths of people, okay? Ironically enough, Ben Shapiro, who has consistently said facts don't care about your feelings, has never made a logical, factually based argument. He always talks about his feelings, but the reality of the matter is he presents it in this weird, sociopathic, nerdy-ass way, so a lot of dumbasses who only respond to shapes and colors go, well, that guy's apparently very smart because he's logical. He seems logical. That is the problem. People are just tired of the emotional argument. So I'm not presenting an emotional argument. I'm not presenting an emotional argument. I'm passionate because I feel a lot of resentment towards wealthy parasitic billionaires completely dismantling the administrative state and laying off tens of thousands of employees that play a very important role in making sure that your food is not fucking poisoned, okay? When you go out and purchase at the grocery store, I care about those things. So I'm actually angry because they're doing this. They're evil for doing this. But you don't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. You only look at the emotions. Listen to the words. Please. I just gave you factually accurate information. I gave you statistics about what this looks like. Okay? And you just kept repeating, nah, you're just too emotional. All these fucking losers love to rolling on the floor laughing emoji about all this shit like it will never hurt them. Just the libtards. Fast forward 6 months when their sickly built malnutrition wife can't stop vaping while pregnant and their son is born early and they end up not being able to hold him before he dies 3 weeks old. and they're left with no kid and a bill for 113 grand, hypothetically, of course. Yeah. But the reality is, when that inevitable thing happens to them, they still won't understand. They'll just be more angry and more resentful and think, we just didn't kill enough trans people or something. That's probably the reason. We just didn't deport enough Guatemalans. That's probably why my child died, and I'm now having to foot the bill of 113 grand. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry that the reality that you are facing is impossible for you to comprehend, and you think you're just never going to be harmed by this system. And when you do inevitably get harmed by the system, you're probably too stupid to recognize who's doing the harm, because many years ago you thought a guy was being emotional when he was trying to describe it to you, piece by piece. Okay? Calm down, please. It is truly difficult not to just pull the fuck these people attitude, okay? I get why so many liberals just have so much spite and resentment towards conservatives, and just like their entire worldview inevitably revolves around dominating conservatives and owning conservatives, in the same way that so much of the conservative politics revolves around spite against liberals, the liberal elite, the gay libtards that have ruined their lives. It's so frustrating, especially when I watch people deliberately and voluntarily advocate for their own demise.